Hello, everyone. It's Don Baine, the Gadget Professor. I have an unbelievable show for you tonight. A lot of cool stuff. And I got a gadget that I've been waiting for about 5 years now, and it's finally here. Stay tuned. You're going to enjoy this show.
He's got the toys. He's got showmanship. And he's got sex appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great Southwest, here's the guru of gadgets, the dapper and dashing Don Baine, the Gadget Professor. Gadget Professor.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Don Baine, and of course, I am the Gadget Professor. We are on episode 194. It is February 12th. Got a birthday coming up soon. I'm not going to tell you when. If you're new to the Gadget Professor, well, welcome on board. If you're old, welcome back. The Gadget Professor comes out with a new episode every Thursday evening. We are now heard in 172 countries around the world. And what we do each week is bring you a little news, some great apps, and boy, do I have some great apps today. I mean, really cool apps. And we try to bring you a gadget of the week. And this week's gadget is this little device here, and I am extremely excited about this, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. What I would suggest you do if you want to follow the Gadget Professor, a couple things I think are basic ground rules that we always talk about. I am on iTunes, I am on the Roku box, and of course you can go to thegadgetprofessor.com and watch the episode right there. In fact, you can watch all the episodes. As you scroll down, you can see everything that we've done right up front. We got a lot of good feedback about this Amarillo iCam HD 360. Several people have purchased that and written to me and said, wow, it's really a cool thing, and it is a cool gadget. Basically, you want to make sure that you sign up for the newsletter. That's on the right-hand side. It says newsletter. Click on that. Put your email address in. I don't use it for anything except sending you the show notes. The show notes you will receive for free automatically as soon as the episode is finished every Thursday evening. And basically what the show notes are is a hot link to everything that we spoke about on the show, so you don't have to take notes. And every item, every news article, every single thing that we talk about is hot linked. So if you want to watch the Gadget Professor right on the browser, just go to thegadgetprofessor.com. And if you'd like to email me, you can do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. That would be thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. We also have a Facebook page. It's Facebook.com/The Gadget Professor. We'd hope that you'd like the show. We want you to like the show. I am posting a couple times a week some new things. I just posted last night on Facebook some really cool drone footage that I saw at CES. And then I hate to say this to those poor people back east, but there was an Arizona sunset that I posted 2 or 3 nights ago, and a picture of a coyote. And if you blow this picture right up, you will see a giant Gila monster that I saw hiking that's about 5 feet long. You got to blow that shot up, but it's pretty incredible. So check us out on Facebook. And certainly, last but not least, you want to follow us on Twitter. That would be @GadgetProfessor, @GadgetProfessor. And essentially what we do is we tweet, 20, 30 times a day. And again, that would be @GadgetProfessor. And what you do is go to the Rebel Mouse page. That's rebelmouse.com/Gadget Professor. And that takes all our tweets and puts a pictorial against the tweet, and you now have the article that you could follow. So again, just follow me on Twitter @GadgetProfessor. All right, let's get into it. We got a great show today. I found some amazing apps. I mean, amazing apps this week. You're going to love this. So let's talk a little bit about hacking first. Forbes.com. Everybody has heard of Forbes. Hacked in November, possibly by the Chinese cyber spies. The hackers tinkered with the Adobe Flash widget that delivers the thought of the day. The thought of the day comes up on their website as soon as you log in. And as soon as they saw the thought of the day, they were driven to another site. And not too cool malware was used, and it was a pretty nasty hack, not too much publicized. Another hack of the day, Newsweek's Twitter account was hacked, and there's an article there. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but for about 15 minutes this past Tuesday, the group which identified itself as Cyber Caliphate has changed the photo on the background of the Newsweek account. Not too cool. I mean, this hacking is way out of control, but that's the way it goes. And now for the, let's call it apps of the day. This is cool. Strap in for this one. This is called eVoice. eVoice. It's free, and it's available on both the iOS, okay, and on the Android system. Okay, what is it? Well, what it will do, and a lot of people don't even know this could be done, is it will give you a second phone number, any area code that you want, for free. Yep. Even on the iPhone. So what you do is you download this eVoice, and essentially eVoice offers you a better way to connect, add a free business phone number to your iPhone without the hassle or the need to buy a second device. This is version 4.50. The links will be here. Again, it's for the Droid or the iOS. Essentially what you do is you load the app called eVoice onto your phone, and then you go through a very brief sign-up, which just asks you for your email address, and then you have the ability to select an area code from wherever you want. So I'm in the Phoenix area. I selected a number, which was a really nice number. I'm not going to give it out, but it was a nice number, and I clicked yes, I want that number with that area code, so I could be in Phoenix and get a Boston area code if I so desire. And for totally free, you assign that number to your phone. And essentially what happens is when someone dials in, or you can dial out on that number, it tells the caller on the other end, one moment, we're going to contact this person. It says your name. And about, 2-3 seconds later, the phone actually alerts me that I'm getting a call from that other phone number, from that free business phone number. It doesn't have to be for business. And I say, I have the choice of accepting the call or not by pressing 1. I press 1, and then the caller is told that we are now going to allow you, or we're now going to join you in with the caller. And I just say hello, and it works great. Really, really cool app. Very elegant app. Yeah, it has voicemail and a bunch of other things that you can monitor on it. Yes, it is totally free. The only fly in the ointment is for the free version, you get 20 minutes a month free, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you need a second phone number, or you need to have a clandestine phone number and you're not going to use it for more than 20 minutes a month, this is definitely the app. You also have the ability to buy this full scale, and it will give you more functionality, and that's $13 a month. So if you want another phone number with all the voicemail and SMS, text messaging, all for, again, you can use that for 20 minutes for free, or you can spend $13 a month and get this every month for unlimited, I think it is. So it's a very cool app. It does work. I tested it out just before we went on the air with Mike. It's a beauty. It's a beauty. All right. Rolling right along here. This is called Hotspot Shield, another great app. Available really for Windows, for Mac, for the iOS, your iPhone, your tablet, your Droid, whatever. This is a free VPN which basically shields your surfing on the internet. So you can subscribe to this. It is free. Protect your privacy, protect your IP address, and surf the web anonymously. You can bypass internet censorship. You can secure your internet connection, and you can get data savings on your mobile connection, get malware protection, enable Wi-Fi security wherever you are. This is free. They do have, obviously, programs that you could pay for, but if you're ever in a situation where you're traveling a lot, or even if you're not, you're out in public and you want to make sure that no one's hacking into your connection to grab your data, and we know that happens, boy do we know that happens, then this Hotspot Shield is definitely for you. And there it is on iTunes, and again, it's available on the Droid. This will all be in the show notes. Now, here's another biggie for you, and this is big. This is really big. This is Bing, and what you do now is Microsoft is offering free 100 gigabytes for 2 years, 100 gigabytes of cloud storage, and that's a pretty cool thing. All you got to do is sign up for the Bing dashboard, and it's actually free. So I will have that in my show notes, and you might as well get 100 gigs for free because that's a good deal. and you're going to get your own email address, whatever you want, and there's no reason on this planet not to do that. You can put anything you want on that cloud. You can back up, you can store files, photographs, videos, whatever you want, and it's a very generous gift, if you will, totally free from the folks at Microsoft. So definitely check that out. Now, here is another app that you'll probably want to download now rather than when you need it and can't download it. This is called Falcon 4 Ultimate CD Boot Disk. And what this is it's a CD that you're going to make for your Windows operating system. You're going to keep on hand so that if you have the unfortunate event of your computer crashing and it won't turn on and you go, oh my God, what do I do? You'll take this boot CD, you'll put it in, and you will boot from that CD, and that will allow you to pull off viruses, put in missing files like your start commands, and a bunch of other things. This is totally free. It works real well. I don't see any reason, again, why you wouldn't want to have this, because it's a horrible feeling when your computer crashes and you don't know what to do. So this is totally free. It's been around for a long while, and it works real well. And basically, you download this and you burn it onto a CD. And I believe this will also work on a USB stick. So it has a lot of different types of utilities in there that will help you figure out what's going wrong with your computer and fix it. Now, last week or the week before last, I had an article, if you will, or actually I think I just believe I talked about how you are being spied on every day with your typical phone apps that you have. And a lot of people like, I don't believe that. And what I said was that on your smartphone, and I don't care what kind of phone you have, whether you have the iOS, the iPhone, or a Droid, or whatever you have, or a tablet, and you download apps for free, you really need to read the privacy statements, because most of the time, 99.9% of the population just says, okay, okay, okay. But a lot of what these apps do is it asks you for permission, and when you click OK, you're granting it to them. And I have to tell you, you can be reading miles, thousands and thousands of words, and you're saying, okay, I want the app, it's free. But you've given the app permission to turn on the microphone anytime it wants, to turn on the camera anytime it wants, and essentially spy on you. Now, I know a lot of you think there's no way that could be done, but I'm telling you, I have spoken to people recently who are in the advertising business and executives, and they told me that this is common knowledge and done every day of the week for a variety of purposes. It's not only spying and snooping on you, but it's to understand what you're watching on TV, what you're talking about, what you're doing. Let's let it sit there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a video that's on YouTube that really tells you what these apps can do, and this will be in the show notes, and it's only 2 minutes. That's why I'm running it. So let's take a peek. Mike, you ready for this? Okay, here we go.
Do I think that data privacy is a serious issue? It's not like on the front of my mind.
I think we are pretty secure.
I don't feel too threatened. I'm just like, allow.
Mike, you want to pull me out?
I agreed to let this app change my device's call log, including incoming and outgoing calls data. So why would they want to change my call log? Do you have any idea?
I allow this app to record audio at any time without my confirmation. That's pretty terrible.
This may allow the app to share or save my calendar data regardless of confidentiality or sensitivity. It's offensive.
I give this app permission to modify calendar events and send emails without my knowledge.
I give the app permission to read my text messages.
Read my text messages?
Read my text messages. What?
I allow this app to modify my contacts.
To modify my contact.
Modify my contacts. That's scary.
I give this app permission to read my personal profile information. Ugh.
Give the app permission to use my precise location. It's not something that I think anybody else needs to know.
I agree to let this app automatically turn off airplane mode.
Turn off airplane mode.
Is that real? That's insane.
I give this app permission to read all data about calls on my device. Yeah, that's up.
Why would they do that?
That I'm actually kind of surprised about.
And these are real?
Is that true? Oh my God.
Oh, thank you for alerting me to all this really bad.
I feel like I'm giving over my life to an app.
I should probably start to read these things.
Well, there you go. That's quite a scary video, and believe me, it is true, and there are hundreds of those videos on YouTube, but I just wanted to give you a feeling for what you're agreeing to or what you shouldn't agree to when you get those apps for free. So a word to the wise, just make sure that you read what you're saying you have permission to do when you want those apps on your smartphones. So we are actually going to go to the Gadget of the Day. If you could see that up on camera 2. It is made by WD, and it is called My Passport Wireless. Now, that device has been around for a while, but they've done an upgrade to it, and the upgrade is extremely exciting to me in terms of feature set, what it's done. Now, these come in 1 terabyte capacity and a 2 terabyte capacity. I happen to have the 2 terabyte capacity, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Now, what this essentially will do, actually, it does a lot of things here. So you're more attached with no attachments, free of wires and the internet. My Passport Wireless lets you connect up to 8 different devices to read this drive at the same time. In English, what that means is if I have photos, a document, if I have a movie, 8 different people can access this drive at the same time. So if we were all flying from here to there and I had this on, I can allow people, up to 8 people, to each access a different movie or a different photo all at the same time. And we'll tell you how it does that. So that's nothing new, it's nothing exciting, but it's pretty cool, and it's a good size. 2 terabytes is a good size. Why did I choose the 2 terabytes? Well, here's the feature that just blows my brains out. What is unique about this drive is that it has a slot, and I'll show you that close up on 2. Right there is a slot, and that slot is for an SD card. And if you're not familiar with what an SD card is, I'll show you. The SD card would be on your camera, and basically all digital cameras have SD cards, and this is essentially what they look like. We'll get a close-up of this on camera too. I'm sure you're familiar with them. So that's the SD card. Okay, now what happens? Well, what this device will do, let's talk about the SD card, is it will take this card, and if I'm out doing a lot of photography, if I'm at a trade show, if I'm out in the wilderness, wherever I am, and I'm shooting a lot of photographs, which I do, this thing will fill up. And at that point, I got to pull it out, put in a new card, or I have to wirelessly transmit them somewhere. That takes some time. I could use a wireless card, but that all takes time. And at the end of the day, I don't have that time, and I don't want to manage 4, 5, 6 of these cards. Now, this is where this device comes in. You download a free app on your tablet, on your phone, whatever it may be, and it will essentially read the hard drive, this wireless hard drive right here. And the way it works is this device is a regular hard drive, just like any other external hard drive, but built inside of it is a wireless transmitter. So when this is turned on, and there are 2 buttons here, we'll take a look at this actually right now on camera 2. You can see the 2 buttons, black buttons on each side. One is an on and off switch. The other one is to turn on the wireless network built inside. And the center tap is a USB 3 port to connect this to your computer. And even if your computer is USB 2, this will still work even though it's USB 3. You'd want USB 3 preferably because it will transfer data much quicker than USB 2. And then on the front of this device, I'm actually going to turn this on right now. And I don't know if you can see the light blinking there. Yeah, you can. That's actually going to blink, and it's turning the drive on in a couple seconds or so. Right beneath that blinking light, you can see the wireless signal there, and that will turn blue, and it means that that is actually emitting a wireless signal. So that hard drive basically has its own wireless transmitter built into it, and I am turning that on as we speak. Now, while that's turning on, it takes a minute or two. While that's turning on, what you get in the box is a USB 3 connector, which obviously one end connects to the hard drive, the other end will connect to the computer, and that's pretty simple. You also get a pretty beefy, obviously you would have to have a beefy power pack, which does have that nice spring clip on it, so you can pop it in your briefcase or in your pocket and charge the hard drive up. So let's take a look back at camera 2 and see if that, yep, there it is. So the blue light is on, so you can see the top light is actually white or green, and the bottom light is blue, which means it's transmitting. So now, what do we do? How does this work? Well, because this is a wireless device, it transmits a signal, which means I now have Wi-Fi, if you will, being transmitted by this. I can call this, name this whatever I want, Don's Disc, Don's Wireless, whatever, it doesn't matter. So let's just say it's my passport. That's what we're calling this. What you have to do on your phone, your smartphone, or your tablet, the first thing that you need to do is you need to go into your settings and you need to go into your Wi-Fi. And when you go under Wi-Fi, you can't see this, maybe you can, but camera 2, you can see a listing there of all the Wi-Fi channels, and one of those Wi-Fi channels happens to say My Passport. So I'm going to click to My Passport, and that's actually locked in. I'm going to put the password in. Okay, so now this has joined the network, and I can do the same thing on my smartphone, so we'll do that now. I'm going to go into my smartphone. I'm going to go on to the Wi-Fi network that's being transmitted by My Passport. Okay, I'm logged onto that now. And now basically I am going to go to the free app that I've downloaded, which is called MyCloud. So if you were to look WD MyCloud, you can download that on whatever device you want, Droid, Apple, iPhone, it doesn't matter, Linux, it connects to all those. So you get the free app, and now essentially what you're going to do is go into the app. Now here's where the fun begins, because right here it shows me, and I'll try to get a close-up of this, it shows me videos, music, photos, others, free, battery, how full the battery is in terms of this for charge. So that's what it looks like. You have a lot of things to choose from. There's no question about that. So let's take a look. It says SD card. So I'll go into my SD card, and these are the choices I have. Okay, Mike has a remote camera, so he's able to bend that camera. So there you go. It says import files to your passport, wireless drive from the SD card. So I can wirelessly transmit from the card to the drive. Below that, it says you can delete the SD card files after they're imported onto the hard drive. And the button below is the one that I love it. It says automatic import. When enabled, which mine is, the files on the SD card will be imported automatically to My Passport wireless drive when the SD card is inserted to the drive. So what does that mean in English? Well, it's great. I have some pictures I took this morning. I was on a hike, and I don't know how many there are. Let's say there's 50 on here. What I do right now is, as soon as I slide this in here, this SD card, and we'll do this on camera too, as soon as I slide this in, what will happen now is that is actually going to download every single file that I took automatically onto this hard drive. Now, what's nice about this is I don't have to worry about it. And if I take this card out now, if I had clicked on the device and said, don't don't delete it, then I'd still have those files on there. You could see it's blinking, which means it's loading those files. And when it's done loading those files, it will stop. Now, the beauty of this is that if I delete those files, that card's empty, and now I have 2 terabytes of space that I've quickly, without a computer, taken that SD card, put it into the wireless drive, and boom, I'm done, and I have 2 terabytes of space. If there's videos on there, it will also download directly to the hard drive. Now, what's nice about that is when you're on the road, whether you're in a conference or an exhibit or I'm on the air or whatever, and someone hands me a card with photos that I'm going to have to put on the air later on or whatever, they're all going to end up on that hard drive. It's going to wipe clean the SD card, and I take it and I'm back in business. Plus, it gives me an archive in case something should happen to the card, that everything is saved, if you will, on the hard drive. So that in itself is a very cool feature. And those devices have been around for a couple years, but I have to tell you, they started at $1,500 and went up to $5,000. This device is about $200, and to me, it's when I do so much photography, it's just a real nice thing to have. The battery inside it is rechargeable, and if you want to wirelessly connect to this device, you can do that again through the app. And let's run a movie. I'm going to go to videos, and I'm just on the app, and it might not let me do it because I'm transferring files. That's my guess. Let's see here. Yeah. Now, one thing I have to mention here, actually 2 things, is that you don't want to pull this card out while that's flashing. And I have a lot of data on here, so that might take up to 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes to download everything that's on the SD card onto here. So this is still flashing, so it's essentially doing one operation. It's transferring. So at this point, I can't get into the video side because it's doing another operation. I'm just going to check to make sure that I am on the white wireless network. I believe I am. Yes. Okay, so it's only able to do one function at a time, which is fine. But this will also, once that card, okay, that card is done now. So you can see on camera 2 that the light is solid now. And what that means, it's not blinking. That means all those files have been transferred over. So I'm going to pull the card out, and I have set this to be erased. This is totally clean. Back in my camera, all the photos are on here. So now that that operation is complete, I'm going to go back into the app, and I want to take a look at a video if I can. Okay, so here's my phone, and you can see I have a bunch of selections to choose from. And I'm going to pick my passport. So let me lean over here and click that. And that will go back and focus in a second there. And what you'll see is once I'm in my passport, I have 3 folders to choose from: music, photos, and videos. So I'm going to reach over and click videos, and I have, I think, 3 or 4 videos on there, and we'll take a look at those. So let me reach over and do that. So once that comes in focus, you now see I have 3 videos, and now I'm going to play one. And as you see, it comes up pretty quick. And now I'm just going to press play. There we go. And that's in high def with sound, streaming from this disc. So I can have 8 people, essentially, 8 people pulling up 8 different videos on this all at the same time. So this disc does a lot, and it's very well made. And not only does it do that, it does one more thing that I think is very ingenious. And what that is it actually will allow you to FTP. And FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. It's a very basic a function of the internet, probably the most basic one out there. But in English, what that means is I'm able to transfer files from one computer to this, or download files from this device, or photos, whatever it may be, videos from this, using an FTP client on your whatever system you have, so I can hit this remotely. That is a very cool, very functional app, if you will, that comes with this for free. The instruction book is minimal at best. You really want to go on the internet and read up on all the different things that we'll do, but that's on the web and that's pretty easy to do. So all in all, it's a pretty amazing device. And if you were to look at this on Amazon, it sells for $216.80. It's on Prime. I actually got this shipped, believe it or not, the same day. I ordered it at 9 o'clock in the morning. I had it at my house at 6:30 at night, which was unbelievable. So I am extremely pleased with it. And what you can do, folks, is if you go to, sometimes I don't mention this, but if you go to gadgetprofessorpromo.com, gadgetprofessorpromo.com, you'll actually see some things that we promote there. And right here, you'll actually see an order button right here for Amazon. And if you click on that right here, it takes you to the Amazon page and you can order it. And what happens is the Gadget Professor Show gets, I think, 2%, so we'll make about $4 on this if you buy one using that code, but that's okay. So it makes things real easy. You don't have to search around for it. Just go to Gadget Professor's promo, and it will send you directly to Amazon if you want to purchase one. But I really like this. It's beefy. It does a number of things. You can wirelessly, if you're on a trip, watch a movie. Your wife can watch a different movie. Just that alone, the convenience of that alone is great. Even in the house, you can load movies on. The kids can pick off what they want, and up to 8 kids, if you have that many, can watch this or look at photos or do different things because you're all sharing the same drive. That, coupled with the ability to take the SD card, really gives it some tremendous functionality. And then last but not least, the ability to transfer files in both directions is really cool, and it works really well. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I will see everybody next Thursday. So long from the Gadget Professor.
The Gadget Professor is produced by Don Baine, Multimedia Communications, LLC. If you would like your product reviewed on The Gadget Professor or would like to appear on The Gadget Professor, contact us via email at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. The opinions expressed on the program by the host, guests, call-in listeners, or chatters are solely the opinions of the original source who expressed them. And thank you for watching The Gadget Professor.